Look at your goofy ass. Look at your goofy ass. Most men may run into a situation like this. I hope they don't. We got a woman who says she spent 7 years with a man who she did not even like. How the fuck do you spend 7 years with a man, you don't like him, and you had his baby? You stay the far as fuck away from these women when you meet them in the dating market. If a woman tells you she gave over 5 years to a guy who wasn't shit, who treated her like shit, he was lazy, he was a bum, blah, blah, she ain't gonna appreciate you. You're a man who got your shit together. You ain't got no drama. You're a good dude. You no bullshit. She ain't gonna appreciate you because she's so used to bullshit. This woman spent 7 years with a man, had his baby. He was a lazy bum. Okay, but you had his fucking baby. You let this lazy dude fuck you raw. Who's the fool? Who's the fool? Women say they want one thing, but their actions show differently. You say you want this man to be a certain way, but you give your best years to a man who ain't shit and you give him kids. How the fuck does that make sense? Stay away from these women. These women don't know what the fuck they want. Let's watch this video.
Down to it. I stayed in a relationship with a man for 7 years I didn't even like. And I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out. I convinced myself I was in love with him. But if I'm being honest, I didn't even like him. He was lazy. I had to remind this grown man to take out the garbage, pick up his clothes off.
And he was lazy. You still let this nigga fuck you raw. You had a kid. How do you be with someone for 7 fucking years? How? He was a lazy bum, but still you let this nigga beat up that pussy. 7 years is a long time. This woman's damaged. She ain't no well, one, she got kids, so any man with some fucking common sense will not even deal with this, but because she probably got a fat booty, she'll attract another dumbass simp.
Floor. Clean his hair out the sink. Take his dishes to the sink. Go to work instead of calling off the drink for 4 days straight. Not take the rent money to the casino. Not drink and drive after he already on his 4th DUI. I was raising a grown man. And then let's talk about his personality, or should I say the lack of it.
She dealt with this man because this nigga was digging her down good. She was dick drunk and she ignored all the fucking red flags because he was fucking her really good. That's all it boils down to. This nigga was beating up that fucking pussy, making her squirt come. Nigga was hitting certain spots. When a nigga can hit certain spots, nigga can get away with crime when it comes to these women.
Every vacation we went on, we were bored to death. We smiled in the pictures, but we was bored. He couldn't hold a conversation. He had no curiosity, no interest, no depth, nothing. Then one day I started asking myself, what exactly do I like about this man? And I couldn't even answer the question because even the qualities I thought he had, he didn't have. He wasn't kind, wasn't thoughtful, he wasn't considerate, he wasn't generous, he wasn't emotionally safe. So how in the world did I convince myself I was in love? Trauma. Because trauma will have you emotionally attached to somebody you don't even enjoy.
Trauma. So trauma makes you do dumb shit, huh? Okay.
Being around. You can be deeply attached to somebody you don't even like. And if you ever looked at somebody you were in love with and thought, wait, I don't even enjoy this person. I don't like you. You're not crazy. You waking up. Comment below if you're ready to figure out what got you stuck. How can you stay with somebody for 7 years if you don't even like them? That's actually pretty easy to explain. It wasn't always big. There were times when things were good, or at least they seemed good. And I would think, okay, maybe we found.
But you got married to this man he was such a bad man, huh? But your dumb ass got married to him, had spent that money on the wedding and shit, right? But he was such a bad man.
Getting somewhere. And every time I was ready to leave, he begged me to stay. He would promise things were going to change. The first time he went to rehab, I was 25. He was 26. And I thought, he's trying. At the time, I was thinking, how could I leave him when he trying to get himself together? And if I'm being completely honest, I was also scared that I would spend all those years loving him, supporting him, helping him through everything, just for me to leave and another woman get the healed version of him I had been waiting for. So I stayed. He would go to rehab for a few months, come home, get a job, help with the kids. We'd start going back on dates, maybe take a vacation. And I would think, see, this is who he really is. Then 3 or 4 months later, he would relapse. And the entire cycle would start all over again. The roller coaster. For years, I kept telling myself, he's trying. He just need more time. He has trauma. He just needs some support. And most importantly, a good woman stays. Maybe you believe that too. Maybe you think if you love him enough, support him enough, forgive enough, give enough chances, eventually you'll get the version of him you've been waiting for. You are who I do this for. Because I know what it feels like to spend years investing in somebody else's potential while slowly losing yourself. That's exactly why I created the High Standards Blueprint, designed to help you.
Now, her fat, pudgy ass is teaching women. Okay, you're teaching women now, right? You gave 7 years to a guy who wasn't shit. You gained weight. You had his kids. You ain't good for no fucking body. You need to focus on being a parent because this is fucking ridiculous. How you give your best years as a woman? She was attracted to the bad boy. That's the thing.
Recognize your patterns, rebuild your self-worth, trust yourself again, and develop standards that don't disappear just because you love somebody. Comment blue. I'll send you my free assessment and show you where to start.
She can't teach nobody nothing because she never had standards to begin with. The only standards that she had was you need to be over 6 inches, smoke blunts, and pot me down really good. This woman's full of shit. How you be with someone for 7 years? You said you did not like. How do you let a man impregnate you? You do not like them. That doesn't make any sense. No, you fell for the bad boy. You thought this nigga was going to change. He did not change. And your ass was stuck in the relationship because you gained weight. You have his fucking kid. You got baggage. You're coming back into the dating market, the dating pool with baggage. You know damn well a man of means who got his shit together ain't going to deal with no single mom. This ain't the 90s. Men don't have to move like that anymore. They'd rather be just solo dolo by themselves. This woman is full of shit. You spent 7 years with a man who ain't shit. And let this ain't shit jizz make a baby. Like, what? Make it make sense. But again, you stay away from women like this who have a past like this. They gave their best years to the wrong dude. Like real fuck boys. Guys with all this baggage, just stay the fuck away from these women, all right? Stay the fuck away from these women. Continue to hold the line, focus on you. It's insane how a woman can be with you and claim that she don't like you. Can you imagine if this was your baby mama, your ex-wife making a video like that, putting y'all shit on the internet? I was with this goofy ass nigga. I never liked him, never. But you wasted all that money on the wedding, wasted all these people's time to come to a wedding, and you didn't like this motherfucker. Some women are retarded, man. They are. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'll holler at you. Peace.